Well, I'm giving y'all my thoughts and my opinion on Will Smith smacking Chris Rock at the Grammys over a joke that he made about his wife, Jada Pinkett. Well, if y'all been sleeping under a rock and ain't tuned in, at the Oscars, Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett saying she's gonna be in G.I. Jane Part 2. If y'all hip to G.I. Jane shaved her head and was bald. And if y'all didn't know, which I didn't know, that Jada Pinkett has alopecia. I think that's what it's called when you lose your hair. And Chris Rock said she was gonna be in Part 2 of G.I. Jane. Will Smith laughed. Jada Pinkett looked horrified and embarrassed. So Will Smith walked up on stage and smacked Chris Rock. Go back and sit down and say, don't you ever talk about my motherfucking wife again, right? Now, my opinion on that is, I studied Will Smith because I read his book and I'm a fan of Will Smith, you know? And so I know from his book and just by knowing people that Will Smith is an insecure guy and feel like a coward. And when you an insecure person, you always have to overcompensate. And Will Smith always said he feel like a coward. He never felt tough, and he hate how he'll look at Jada Pinkett and Jada look at him and he don't feel masculine and a protector. And he feel Jada look down on him because she didn't feel he was a protective man. And he will always say, I was jealous of Tupac because Tupac was masculine, stood on his word and spoke out and stood for stuff. And he said, I just felt like little, weak, soft Will Smith. And if y'all know people, when people feel like that, a lot of times they become a bully or they overcompensate. And so I believe at that moment, he seen how Jada felt and like, okay, let me show Jada I'm tough now. And it wasn't a tough guy up there. It wasn't Mike Tyson. It wasn't 50 Cent. It wasn't even a comedian like Mike Epps or Dave Chappelle, who you knew you would get a fight out of. You go up there and smack Chris Rock, trying to prove you tough to not only Jada, but yourself and to the people, because you an insecure, weak weasel who feel weak. And you feel like you's not tough and you feel like you're not a protector. So you go up there and try to get your brownie points off Chris Rock, who we know got bullied his whole childhood, who admit he can't fight. We watch him talk about his childhood, how he got beat up by white boys. We watch Everybody Hates Chris and watch the white boy beat him up and running. And so that's who you choose to prove your toughness against was Chris Rock. It wasn't even about Jada, in my opinion, because I read the book. I read Will Smith's book, and I know how Jada always look at him like, you act like what Will Smith would do is he'd do a good gesture for you, but it's really not for you. It's to stroke his own ego. Jada was talking about how she was horrified at a birthday party, that she just wanted a private party for her, Will, and their family. But Will go invite all these guests. He go get Mary J. Blige to sing. He go find her footage of her grandma who had passed away. And she had gave a speech to the family before she passed. And it was one that she gave directly to Jada that Jada hasn't even seen. And he showed this at her birthday party. He go trace her lineage back to slavery, stuff that she didn't know, going talking to her old relatives and stuff like that. And she said, I am so embarrassed because this wasn't even for me. I wanted a small birthday party and you had to go and stroke your own ego. And I am so embarrassed and horrified by you right now. And so Will always had to overdo and overcompensate for his own insecurities. The man in his own book said how he hated Tupac because how Jada looked at Tupac like a protector and he never felt tough. And we already know, man, when you a weak weasel, you have to overcompensate. Why you ain't gonna beat up Rick Ross them when they made a song disrespecting your wife? You go choose your battles. And so with that being said, I am so sorry about this happening right now because I had created the first episode of the Cast Off TV, and one of the questions was, who do you feel more sorry for, Kanye West or Will Smith? And I said, I feel sorry for Will Smith because Will Smith made Hollywood history, created a production company and made 100 black people millionaires. And Will Smith transitioned from a rapper to an actor and is a great actor, and is all overshadowed by his wife entanglement. You feel what I'm saying? His wife embarrassing him on the Red Table Talk. And I was on Will Smith's side because I'm a fan of Will Smith. But now I got to look at it from Jada's perspective. I believe she embarrassed him publicly because he do a lot of shit to prop himself up and to make her look like the bad guy for his own ego. And she probably deal with this shit, his own insecurities and doing little fuck shit to stroke his own ego. And will always admit that he loved fame, that he loved applause for the people. He loved being loved, and that drives him. And he loved being a nice guy and people treat him well. And I guarantee you, he made his wife and family feel so bad that she like, okay, I'm gonna hurt you by hurting you publicly because I know your public image means the world to you. Now I believe that's what Jada did and what Jada was was keeping on doing. And I guarantee you she was horrified by that. Like, now you decide to smack somebody and now it's gonna make it look like you was protecting me, trying to be the hero. You lame ass nigga, you did that shit for yourself. Will Smith, if you would have smacked Mike Tyson up there or anybody else, I'd have gave you props. But you chose your battle when you chose to smack Chris Rock, and then you turned your back and walked away because you know that man wasn't gonna retaliate. And then you sit down, don't you ever fucking talk about my wife like you just did something. Man, you smacked Chris Rock, you weak weasel. Will Smith, unlame your motherfucking self for trying to act like you was protecting and you was trying to prove something to everybody that you can protect. Then you go get up there with that fake ass tears, them fake ass tears. We know you a great actor. We done seen you with them same tears on how many movies. You go up there and then you gonna throw Denzel with it. Denzel told me when you at the top, that's when the devil come get you. No, nigga, when you at your weakest vulnerable point, weakest points in life, that's when the devil come get you and prey on you. And you want to throw the scriptures and shit in there to justify the bullshit you done did, bro. And now you crying, now you talking about, yeah, I protected the little girls who played Serena and Venus. I'm a protector. I'm gonna be a vessel. Nigga, when have we ever looked at Will Smith as a protector? You smacking Chris Rock ain't gonna make you no motherfucking protector. That make you a bully. That make you a weak weasel bully. And that's what you did, bro. You wanted to get some props off of Chris Rock. That was a weak move. That was a weak move. And I'm so sorry that this happened because I got this vlog out bigging your lame ass up. Will Smith, you was a whole weak weasel bitch ass nigga who bullied somebody you knew you wasn't gonna fight back. And you gonna act like you protecting your wife. Nigga, you stroking your own ego. Trying to act like you a protector and a tough guy. Unlame yourself, Will Smith. That's my thoughts on Will Smith bullying Chris Rock at the Oscars. And then you got a whole bunch of women. Oh, well, I love for a man to protect me. It's a whole bunch of men in the dirt because of women like that. Talking about protect me and smack somebody for me. And that man dead. Because your whole ass love bullshit and want a man to fight for you. And people like, where the security at the Oscars at? White people don't show their ass at Oscars and shit like that or at the Grammys. It's always the niggas at BET Awards and Source Awards where you gotta have security and shit. Everywhere niggas go, niggas show their motherfucking ass. And now, one of our so-called great black men acting like a nigga at the awards and shit. Unlame your fucking self. That's my thoughts on that. For real.